So hi everyone. One more time, you see our faces. So today, you are with me, Alexian, the CMO at Marfeel, and with Chabi Beumala, our CEO. So now you start to know us very well and know what we do and how we do things and what we do things. But today it's very exciting because it's something that comes from you guys, from your request. As usual, if you need any live translation, it's enabled at the bottom. So feel free to click on the show caption or caption and translation button, and you can select the language. Please make sure you select first the language of the speaker in English and then your according language. Also, I have received some notification that you guys wanted to be recorded, or at least you were asking to be recording. So it will be recorded. So feel free to ask us for it, and we'll be more than happy to share it with you later on. So you're going to press Q&A. Yes, very important. The Q&A are open, so feel free to ask all your question, and you will have all of your answers, hopefully. If not, ask your account manager or a sales rep, and we will jump into a call to explain to you or answer by email. Without further ado, I want to give you slight context about how that came about. And we all know that Crantangle is leaving us. And a lot of you guys came to us and say, hey, can you help us? Can you do something around that? And we were like, of course we can, and we are going to do our best to try. So while we were developing the replacement of Crantangle, we thought, why to stop here? And we've decided to add to this Google Discover also tracking and monitoring. So, and once we started to develop that, we have basically seen amazing feedback from the people that were requesting from those features. So today is going to be a snappy one. We are going to walk you through, and we hope that you're going to love it as much as we did love developing it in the last few weeks. So I'll give you the mic, Chabi, and just mind our blow.
Yeah, I'm gonna try my best. So hi everyone, and yeah, so as normal, we like doing live demos, and today we're gonna do exactly the same. And I'm just gonna move to the other tab, and I'm happy to introduce you directly the new screen that we are making available. That's when you see it, you will have it under the Marfeel monitoring module under social monitoring. As you can see right now, we are looking at the top US sports social feeds coming from Facebook. This is one of our standard and out-of-the-box social panels. What can we see here? What we can see is that the accounts that we are monitoring in this panel for Facebook obviously have posts. And what I can see is right now in real time, or I can go to the last 2 hours, but I'm going to stick to the real time, is that this post about Bernie James has got almost 20,000 interactions since it was published, but within the last few minutes, it's got a little bit more than 1,000. And we can see the spark lines as it gets more interactions. So with social monitoring, we are going not only for quantitative metrics, but we are going for qualitative. As you can see, so this is the total interactions on the last few minutes. This is the total interactions of the whole post. But if you look down here, you are going to see that this has been published under the NBA account. It's got almost 20,000 likes, 600 comments, and 800 shares. And it was published 11 hours ago. So at a glimpse, you can see everything that is happening. The most interesting thing as well is that we are giving you like a ratio to compare when something is going viral or it's going hot. So for example, we see that depending on the follower base that each of the feeds have, obviously it's going to have more reactions. And this is what we are normalizing with interaction rate. So despite this having more interactions in the last 5 minutes, this one, look at how many interactions it got, because probably the MLV has less followers, but they are way more interactive, and at least during this last period. So what else can we do? Again, we can go back on time. So I'm looking at today, but I can go and look at yesterday, for example. And that's going to be extremely fast as you are used to. So for example, we see that this topic worked yesterday and today it's kind of still working. This one peaked yesterday and it's dying, but I can see and go and see what's spiking and what's getting published right now as we speak. Okay, so for example, this was published overnight yesterday and now it's burning. Those things, how can we lever them? So the way to lever them, it's, you can see, and here we are looking at top US sports. Which accounts are we monitoring on this panel? So on this panel, for the matter of the demo, we've added CBS Sports, we've added The Athletic, MLB, NBA, NFL, and we are monitoring their public Facebook pages. In here, what we can see is that, for example, MLB has 10 million followers, NFL has 20 million followers, and so on. Okay, so The Athletic has 500,000. Most importantly, if we go, for example, to yesterday, to have a little bit more data sampling, or even to the last 7 days, okay? So what we can do is monitor the share of voice, how vocal and interactive is the audience of each one. So for example, we can see here that despite having 20 million followers, the NFL has got very little amount of interactions. So only 112 interactions per post. Instead, at the very top, we see CBS that, it has like 25% of the total followers, but instead it's got 5 times the amount of interactions that NFL. So that is important when you monitor things and when you do like for the sales house, most of the times you do branded content. That is really interesting. The other thing that you can do is just monitor people that inspires you, that you like how they are doing social, and you will be able to see how they do it. What can I do with that? So you can see also how they are growing over time, comparing to preceding periods and so on, everything that you are used to with Marfeel. But what I like a lot is like, okay, CBS is doing a really good job. They are getting lots of interactions on every single post. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to filter by CBS. This sets a filter, and we can set lots of different filters at this level. And I'm going to go back to the CBS, to the posts tab. Now, here, what I'm seeing is the posts that the CBS has published within the last 7 days. And I can see, that this article made a big hit. So it got almost 40,000 interactions. And I can see the historical thing, how they do titles, how do they do everything. Now I can click, that's going to take me to Facebook, and that's going to give me, the overview on what's going on. The other thing that I can do here is just detect things that might be evergreen. So obviously there might be things here that are like happening on real-time breaking news, but there is lots of things that it's as useful in a week than it is today. So, or than it was like a week before. So then I can go inspire myself and replicate, which, by the way, we will see in a second how Copilot can help you a lot, because Copilot is natively integrated with this flow. The other thing that we can see is that post types. So you see this little icon here. This is telling me that this post has a video. So if I remove the filter, we will see different types of posts. This has a video. This doesn't have anything. This has an image gallery. There is other ones that come with a link, and so on. So a lot of information encoded here, but you may say, hey, I'm not into sports and I'm not in the US. So what can I do? You just go back to the social monitoring, and out of the box, Marfeel comes with lots of different panels that we've created for you. So for example, we've got general news in the US, top US finance, top US sports. The good thing, I don't know, viral sites. The good thing here is that you will be able to create your own panels with your niche topics. Okay, so if you are like more into generalist, you go and you create a generalist panel. What you have to do here is like, okay, I'm gonna put my panel, and here you would add the Facebook page that you want to monitor, and that's gonna create a list. After a few seconds, you will start getting the information coming through, and you will be able to monitor the content that you are more interested in. To continue a little bit, so and I'm gonna move now into top US general news, right? So in this panel, there is I don't know, Fox News, AP, Newsweek, USA Today. So there is some sample publications that we've added. As I was saying, something that we can do is just go, for example, into the last 7 days. Okay, so I'm just gonna monitor things. But the other thing that we can do in terms of benchmarking is understand, I can filter by things, by host, and understand what's working for everyone and how they are following up on a topic and how everyone is covering something. But the other thing that I can do, for example, is come here and filter by the content. So I'm going to see how many people is speaking about Biden. So I just click here. That's going to filter the content. everything that has been posted by, I don't know, on the social feeds that we are monitoring on this panel is going to appear here. We will see lots of things. Like what? So now I can go into accounts and I can see how many posts mentioning Biden have been posted for the last 7 days, the amount of interactions, and you can benchmark lots of things on how they are covered. And obviously, what they can do here is add, I don't know, Trump, and see what's going on here and how everyone is covering things. I'm picking those two topics because it's very obvious that they appear, but and to show it's elections year, and it's very, I don't know, visual. But bear in mind that anything that and any word that is part of the social post, you can filter by it, and even on the article that people is sharing. So there is another filter here, which is article title. So this post content is the content of the social post, and the article title is the article that is linked from within the post, what's its title. So you can filter by anything that you need, and you will get it. Okay, so, and as I was saying, the other thing is, imagine that you want to understand, okay, so we've got, I don't know, in this case, sorry, let's get the Fox News that it's getting lots of interactions, very qualitative. So you can see that it's half the audience compared to the CNN, but 10 times or like 8 times more in terms of interaction. So I want to learn why and how are they getting so much interaction. So I'm going to filter Fox News that's now only looking at this data, and I'm going to take a look, and it's lots of posts, very few posts, text only, and lots of posts with links and lots of photos. So they are doing lots of galleries. So probably this is a big driver in terms of interactions, as you can see. So 72% of the interactions come from galleries or photo posts. Okay, so lots of things, a lot of time that you are going to be using this for to understand how to cover things and what to do next. But as Alex was saying, so we decided that this was not enough. So we really like CrowdTangle. By the way, this nowadays works on Facebook, but we are incorporating more social networks as we speak. Okay, so give us a few more weeks and you will have them all. The other big thing that we have for today is the Google Discover monitoring. So what is this Google Discover monitoring? So everyone is into Google Discover, right? So Google Discover brings a big chunk of the publisher traffic, and everyone wants to understand what to publish on Google Discover. Marfeel is able to split the and show you or attribute Google Discover traffic, but we wanted to take it a step farther. So what we have achieved is that we've created our own panel, and we are like scanning Google Discover from lots of different cities in the world, actually thousands of cities, and we are bringing you and showing what's showing in Google Discover on every single city of the world. So for example, here what we are seeing is from these cities, Philadelphia, New York City, Miami, Los Angeles, and again, we will be able to create our own panels, but from lots of different cities using English, what is being displayed on Google Discover. So I can do it last 2 hours, or I can go into real time just to look at the last 5 minutes, or I can go and check what happened on the last 7 days and which were the articles that appear the most. I'm going to stick to the last 2 hours or to yesterday, for example. And we will see that, there was this post about, popular grocery chain closing over 30 stores, and that was published by TheStreet.com. Let's speak a little bit about this number here, visibility. Obviously, we do not have and we are not disclosing any publisher page views here or any publisher's traffic. What we are doing here is getting the information directly from Google Discover, and we get it from lots of different cities. And the more times an article appears on the feed and the higher up it appears on the hierarchy or on the feed, the more points it gets and the higher visibility it's going to get. So the visibility score, it's a proxy to page views or visits that this article is attracting. So what else can we do with this? The visibility, again, so I can just go and yesterday, is there anything that I can replicate today? So there is a lot of potential for evergreen content and to replicate content that might work on a different day. The other thing that they can do, for example, is click on any of those elements here, and we are gonna start speaking by the host. I can click on Newsweek, for example, and that's gonna filter, and it's gonna show me all the articles from newsweek.com that appeared on the Google Discover feeds. And it's going to show me the visibility so I can reverse engineer their editorial strategy on Google Discover. And something that gets my attention is this thing here, which says product recall. We've got product recall, product recall, product recall. What is this? So to understand what's this is the topic, okay, that Google is classifying this article into. And so obviously, we are really, really good data warehousing technology. So you can click on product recalls, and we can see which articles did Newsweek position on the Google Discover feed about product recall, for example, in the last 7 days. And that's giving us all this information around visibility. And not only about Newsweek. So let's look at who if there is other publishers covering product recalls. And we can see that Newsweek just found its niche. Very few people is covering this. So now you've got something that you can do by yourself and just go and get it. Okay, but yeah, we came to this product recall because I saw the Newsweek icon and we got into it. But the nice thing about this is that we do also have topics. So the same way that we can look at things from a post standpoint of view, I'm going to pivot and look at topics. And in the last 7 days, for example, I see that there's been 43 articles positioned around product recall. But there might be other interesting topics here, like electrical vehicles. So I can drill down, and this is going to show me how the topic has been getting visibility over time. And it even gives me subtopics like sports, shopping, entertainment, electrical vehicle. And it's like, okay, I want to see those 30 articles. So what you can do is click on filter. That's adding a filter, and it's going to take you to the posts tab. And and you can see that the article that got a lot of the viewability was from The Sun. So well done, guys. You really kill it with this article. Again, so those topics are coming directly from Google Discover. But the great news is that they are the same topics that Marfeel has been recognizing for the last 3 years since day 0. So they are reconciled, and there is like a one-to-one mapping. So what is super interesting is that you can go analyze where do you have authority on, because that's going to make it easier, you see, and get content ideas that have worked in the past for others, and you replicate. Obviously, you are going to improve those articles. Okay, so super interesting here, but there is one more tab. So we've got hosts. On hosts, what we are looking is at the visibility that those domains have got within the last 7 days or yesterday. So this is a share of voice. Who is getting more real estate on Google Discover feeds? In this case, Newsweek and Yahoo are like on a fight to see who is the winner, but we've also got daily.com doing a really good job. So imagine that I want to understand what's the editorial strategy here. I'm going to click. This is setting a filter, and I can see what's giving them visibility and why are they being successful. Last but not least, I've told you at the beginning that each panel can be, we are crawling from lots of different cities. I see questions now on the chat on which countries do we support. You are going to be mind blown by it. But something that we are telling you is that we allow you to drill down by city. So here I'm on a test account, but whenever you are on your account, this is going to tell you the share of voice that you have in each city from where we are crawling. That is really important for your local news strategy. So there is a lot of newspapers and lots of publishers going for regional strategy. This is going to help you understand what's working on each city. And you will be able to see what's working there and replicate. So, but to understand this a little bit more, we need to understand a little bit more about Google Discover. So, and where this data is coming from. So let me jump into the deck. And there is one slide that we have prepared. For those of you that know Google Discover, you know that Google Discover appears on Chrome, it appears on the Google application, it appears in several places, right? And on Google Discover, normally users get a feed of around 20 articles. Okay, so sometimes it's a little bit more, sometimes it's a little bit less, but it's most of the times 20 articles. Those articles, most of the times, 30% are general news, breaking news. Google is testing a lot. We've done a lot of data analysis, and Google keeps changing them. Okay, it's testing a lot, and whatever works, it sticks in. But the remaining 70%, I'm sorry because there is a mistake here on the numbers, is personalized content. Okay, so again, this is rough numbers. So we don't know because we didn't develop the algorithm ourselves. But a big part of the feed is personalized. The good news is that I don't know, 50% of this personalization comes from geolocation. Okay, so as you can see here, this is detecting that I'm in Los Angeles, and that, I don't know, it has a lot of geolocated information. So Google Discover is going to promote and recommend me things around me, around where I live or where I work or wherever I am. And the remaining 30% is going to be based on interests. And which interest? So when you go into the 3 dots on Google Discover, you will see that Google Discover tells you something like not interested in Elon Musk, because this article was about Elon Musk, okay? So Google is classifying articles, and it's assigning its main topic, which is the topics that we were seeing. So now, based on this and my browsing history and my personal interests, the 60% of the feed is going to be computed just to create a unique feed for me. Now, when we crawl the Google Discover feed, obviously we are getting the general news. And the good thing is that we are able to get also everything that is geolocalized, okay? Because we are crawling from lots of different cities. So the good, that's very, I don't know, we've checked a lot of data, and we can say that it's pretty accurate, everything that we are getting in terms of numbers. For those of you that have like Marfeel Compass, the analytics tool, you might say, hey, when I look at my feed, there is some articles that on monitoring appear higher up on the hierarchy compared to the real traffic that I'm getting from Google Discover. This might be because there is like a different geolocation ponderation. Okay, so maybe you are getting traffic from one city and monitoring is not picking it up. What we can guarantee is that if it's got visibility on Google on Discover monitoring, it's getting real traffic. And what we can tell you is that if something that it's trending up on Marfeel Compass that you don't see on Discover monitoring, it means that it's a personalized topic. So check the topics, and it's going to give you a fantastic light or a fantastic signal that those topics are for your audience and that you have a lot of audience interested on that topic. So go and do it. Now, continuing. So the topics, Elon Musk. This topic that you can see here is the one that we are classifying and that we are just creating like a hierarchy. Okay, so there is like a topic and a subtopic. So for example, we see topic is entertainment. You can filter by any of both, and you can go back on time and see what other people has published about topic is in the last 7 days. Okay, and in this case, there were, yeah, it was on NBC4 as well, like a few days ago. So a lot of topic research, and obviously you can filter. So just make sure to go understand where do you have authority, monitor those topics, and replicate. Okay, let me breathe. How are we doing, Alex? Any questions so far?
We have, I think, the maximum numbers of questions I've ever seen in a webinar. And thank you
Okay.
for people putting it in the chat, some others in the Q&A. I have no idea how I'm gonna sort that out, to be honest.
Okay, so give me 1 minute because we are about to finalize, and I'm gonna give you or everyone a couple of very big good news. So the first thing, and I guess that there is a lot of questions around this, is, hey, you've got the US, obviously we've got the US, but can we get other countries? And it's like, hey, not only other countries, out of the box, we created like, I don't know, I think 30 or 40 different panels. Argentina in Spanish, we've got US in English, US in Spanish. So you can create Switzerland in French, in German, because it's the official languages. The great things is that if you think, or you are in a country that it's not here out of the box, you are gonna be able to create it. There is like, you can choose the language, you can choose the countries. There is lots of countries. So I'm going to come here, and there is lots of cities that we might be able to crawl from. Okay, so for example, Costa Rica, I don't think we've got anyone by default, and we've got cities. If you need more cities because you are like a lot into regional news, let us know. We've got thousands and thousands of cities to expand our own panels of users for Google Discover. And the idea here is that we want to give you what you need to create fantastic content just to engage your audience. With that said, as I'm speaking, I'm going to recap a little bit. Today was a short thing. We expect lots of questions. So yeah, we are releasing social monitoring. You don't need CrowdTangle. We are here. And thanks to everyone that asked us to create a solution. Keep doing that. We also announced Google Discover monitoring with topic and city granularity for local news strategy. And yeah, you've seen the tool. It's extraordinarily fast. It flies. So yeah, you know, we do these things right. So what we want to make is easy for you to deep dive into your information. And as I've been mentioning during the call, so there are other social networks coming. If you are super interested in one, let us know and we will see how we can prioritize it. And also lots of you that have helped us during the release of this mechanism have asked, hey, I want to save like topics that I'm constantly monitoring. So this is coming as well to help you all just being on top of things. And that, I don't know, maybe you work on a section and you don't care about other topics. So yeah, you are going to have it. And yeah, ask anything you miss. We are going to try to deliver fast as always. So keep feedback coming and we will do our best. And the great news is that as we are speaking, believe it or not, all your accounts have now got the new modules enabled. All of you have access to it. So start using it, start getting feedback through and enjoy. Okay, so everything, we didn't want to do like an announcement promising things and that never comes. So we announce, we deliver, and we make you happy. So start using it for the next 2 months. That's on us. This is not going to be available to anyone else other than to just our existing customers. We want to give you a competitive edge. So go and enjoy it. This is going to be under beta. Okay, so in September, we will announce pricings and everything. So again, there is not much. We wanted to put pressure out of the equation, but yeah, we are pretty sure that yeah, you are going to love the pricing as well. Access, yeah, I'm just reading here on the chat. All of you should have it. So if you go and refresh Marfeel, there you go. And if you don't have access to it, let us know. Speak us on the chat, and the support people is going to help you and just try to figure out what happened. And with that, Alex, back to you. Let's see where we start with the questions.
Yeah, I don't know where, I literally don't know where to start. This is crazy. So let's go back to the beginning and I will try to take them by order. With the social monitoring, there is a question of how many times the numbers of Facebook accounts followers are updated.
So followers are updated once a day. So or maybe, I don't know, at least once a day. So sometimes, depending on the day, we might be doing it more frequently. But I don't know, if you come to general news in Argentina and you look at yesterday, for example, and then you go to accounts, these followers, at least it's once a day. Okay, so if we have availability, we will get it faster, but at least once a day.
Okay, excellent. Can the social monitoring be configured with our own competitors, or is it fixed?
No, that's no, it's not fixed. So in this case, we created a panel with those publishers. But what you can do is come to social monitoring. You create your new board, and I'm going to call it Xavi. And I'm going to put here the list of competitors that we might have. And this is the Facebook pages that they do have. Okay, so it's you create and you define who your competitors are.
Okay, so I'm reading at the same time some other questions.
Yeah,
because
sure.
some of them might be repeating each other. So are all public Facebook pages available to be added? The answer then is yes. Then is here Google Discover. Let me go a bit back on time with the chat. You guys with the chat, you killed me. I have so many questions. I need to go back in time. Tick.
So for those of you that I'm going to try to help you, Alex. So for those of you that are not customers that are asking how do you get access into this, again, you go into marfeel.com and you create like a new account. Okay, so you get started. It's for free. And then you talk to us on the chat. So someone from sales is going to speak to you and we will sort it out and see how we do it.
Okay, so let me take and go, I
So,
think.
and say more questions is, do we have cities
Yeah.
in different countries? And the answer is yes, you can monitor these on Google Discover from lots of different cities. Again, so if you are like in a country, I don't know, let's pick Albania, and I don't know, and we don't have cities, you let us know. And if you want to have more cities, you let us know as well. So
Okay.
all those things are feasible, and we just did like a sampling of the top cities, but obviously we can take it further.
Okay. I'm gonna jump into one of the thing and let's see how that goes. If you guys want to move some of your question to the Q&A, but there is too many of them already, I
Yeah.
guess.
So someone
Uh,
is asking that, yeah, that you've got access to the social monitoring, but that you cannot create panels. So we will review for the time being, ask on the chat, and we will do our best to catch up with all the requests. Okay. So if it's specific about things that you are seeing, we will see how we manage that. So you just come to the
yeah.
chat. And by the way, so I'm going to cover two things that I think that are relevant. So the chat got an upgrade. So I'm now on Google Discover monitoring, right? So when you open it, boom, so it detects that it's Google Discover, and you've got everything on the presentation today, all the documentation, you can read on lots of things, what is everything, and documentation has been released. That's for Google Discover, but when you go into social monitoring, obviously that's going to change, and this is now so Facebook monitoring overview, and this is going to give you all the details for social monitoring. So make sure to use this because documentation has been released as part of the product development cycle. And last but not least, because otherwise the team is going to kill me, I'm going to show you the one more thing because I've mentioned it, but I was keeping it for the end. So I'm going to open like a random article in English. So I'm going to go for the first one. Okay. So imagine that I really like this article, and it's like, okay, how are they doing it? So I open it, and you remember about our, I don't know, super cool thingy called Copilot, right? So I can open it up here. That's going to show me now the traffic that I've got. I can see the little Marfeel, and I can see everything, but I've got also Copilot. So this is going to give me ideas on how I can cover this same article based on the on my model in terms of headlining. It's like, okay, if I rewrite this article or I create a story around this, give me ideas for headlines that I could use leveraging my authority on the topic. Okay. And that's going to give me recommendations. Or obviously, I'm not going to copy something. Copying something is bad. I'm going to get inspiration. So how else could I cover that? So I can go into the ideation tab, and I can ask Copilot, hey, give me different angles on how I could cover that story, or how could I follow up? So I'm already late to the game. So I was not the first one to publish this breaking news, whatever it is about. So I'm going to ask for follow-up stories, and the system is going to pick them up for you. And also, in case that this was Google Discover, so imagine that it's like, yeah, I want to know why this article went through and I didn't went through. So what I can do is go into editing, and I'm going to run the helpfulness evaluation. This is run by the EAT, Google EAT things, and it's going to show me, okay, it's analyzing this article, and it's going to tell me if the article is good or not, and the reasons why it's good. So you can go and apply it in any article that you've got that it's more or less around the same topic. I'm not going to see anything here, but if you want to know which articles that you have related to this one, that it's here in context, you can come to linking, and that's going to find the articles. Again, I'm on a demo account and I don't have articles, or whatever I have is not relevant, okay? So Copilot, you will see lots of things coming around this in September, but it's already connected, and the two things combined are mind-blowing, as we like saying. And yeah, Alex, I'm not sure if you've got more
Yeah, I can
questions here.
try. I'm gonna take them randomly and let's see what happens.
Okay.
How do we add other media to the list?
So on Google Discover, you don't add media, right? So on Google Discover, the media is decided by Google. So Google is the one deciding that during the last 2 hours, it was these posts. Okay, so from here, the only thing that you can do is define a panel and set where this Google feed is crawled from. Okay, that's the first thing. If you are on social monitoring, you come here, which is what you would do on CrowdTangle. You come to social monitoring, you create a new board, and this is what you do, XD, and say, I don't know, I'm going to try to find, I was not logged on Facebook, so sorry about that, but I should go to facebook.com, find, I don't know, a New York Times page. Imagine that this is the Facebook page for the New York Times, and I get back to here, and I'm going to add it here. So you add here, obviously this is not a valid account, but you add any media that you want to monitor, you would add it to this list.
Okay, okay. Can we export data from the social
So
media?
not as of today, but again, any feature that we are missing, let us know. So yeah, we will work on it. So if you think that exporting data is relevant to you, let us know why and what you expect to do with it, and we will make it happen.
Okay, excellent. Uh, okay.
So someone is asking about Instagram. This is
Yeah.
cooking up. So Instagram might be coming in the upcoming weeks. Okay, but still we are on it. It's not a
Okay.
definitive yes, so we are going through it, but hopefully yes.
Is there a limit of numbers of pages and brand you can put in a single panel?
Yeah, depending on how big your credit card is. So this is a matter of pricing. So yeah, so that's gonna escalate depending on the number of feeds that we put. So the price is gonna go up or down.
Okay, export. Okay, all available. Include Africa. Okay, Telegram we spoke about adding.
No,
So
Telegram, we didn't
yeah.
mention it. So Telegram is not expected to come. So Telegram probably should be, again, whoever is asking for Telegram, that should be an integration. Okay, let us know your use case. We've got lots of social networks already connected, reporting back metrics on for your owned feeds. Okay. So Telegram could be here, one of those. So again, talk to your account manager. Let us know why Telegram is relevant or what are you trying to look for, and we will try to make it happen.
Is visibility traffic? If yes, does it mean competitors can know our traffic?
Yes and no. So let me explain a little bit what the visibility is. Visibility is not traffic. Visibility is when we go into this graphic. So obviously this Elon Musk article is showing here on the first position. So whenever an article appears on a feed, we increase its visibility depending on its position. So an article that appears on position 1 gets more visibility or more points on the visibility score. And if you are down to the 20th position, you are going to get less visibility. Then the more times the article appears, the higher its visibility is going to be. Now, does this mean that it's page views? No, it's not page views, but it's going to be highly correlated. So the higher the visibility, the higher the page views this article has. Is there a one-to-one relationship? Sometimes yes, sometimes no, due to the geolocalization and personalization. But yeah, take it as a proxy. So if it's got a lot of or high visibility, it's going to have high page views.
Excellent. Stay here. And how would you recommend to use the evolution in Instagram for topics?
Yeah, so that is a nice question. So I would use for example, I'm now looking at the last 2 hours. I see that this topic is picking up. It's getting good traction. It's there, right? So what I would try to do if I had a authority on astronomy, what I would try to do is publish it. So Google Discover honors a lot the engagement and the loyalty of a user to the sites that the user normally visits. So if you publish something along the lines of the same topic, probably you are going to get that traffic. So that's the first thing that I would do on real time. The other thing that I would do, like going into topics and get like a longer time window, and I'm going to look at the last 7 days. You can do like last 30 days if you want. I would see which are the topics that are getting the highest visibility. So for example, I see that electrician, sorry for my English, has got a lot of visibility, but only a couple of articles. So this is not crowded at all. So I could go filter out. I see that it's been something working for the last 7 days pretty nicely. Okay, so it's got a lot of traffic. What I'm gonna see is like, okay, was it something that was part of breaking news? So I filter, and it was just one article. Now, what I could do is go here, click on the article, and I would ask Copilot, hey, give me tangential ideas, give me follow-up ideas on things that I can just write about that are not obviously the same things, that probably is going to get the same kind of traffic that this article got. The other things that I could do is like come here, reset, and I would go into optimize. Okay, I would go and make a query and see which topics am I good at. Okay, what do I write about that I normally get good traction? The topics that you get from optimize, you come here and you filter by them. And you will see you're going to get lots of ideas on things that you can write about where you already have visibility, authority in front of Google, and probably that's going to drive you a lot of traffic.
Okay, can you extrapolate Discover data from competitors, knowing that every user feed is different and customized? Does every brand share their own search console data? How do you process to make it reliable data?
Yeah, so again, what we know is that if we see it on non-personalized feeds, which is the thing that we are doing, and it's non-interest based feeds, okay, because we are geolocalizing things. But what we know is that the more it appears on our non-personalized feeds, the more page views and the more visibility those posts have. Obviously, if there are articles that Google is promoting and distributing just because of personal interests, monitoring is not going to have visibility on those. You are going to be blind. Now, my hint is that, yeah, let's make some lemonade out of this lemon. So my point is like for the ones that you don't see here. So imagine that I'm Yahoo. So I'm going to filter, okay? And there is an article that I know from the real time that is getting a lot of traffic and I don't see it here. Boom, that's a bingo for you, because all in a sudden you have discovered a topic that Google is highly personalizing for your users, that you can write more, and Google has gives you a lot of authority on that topic. So again, is this like a mechanism to look into competitors' traffic? No, not at all. We would never do that. But this is a mechanism to help you produce content that readers want to read and to give you great ideas to craft like long-term editorial strategies. And there is no data from Google Search Console, not at all, and there is no data from any customer. This is completely coming from Google Discover feeds, and this is coming out of crawling, okay? And we are not crawling any publisher, we are just crawling Google.
Excellent. How often will the topic be, this is gone. How often will the topics be reviewed, considering the constant change of Google Discover?
Yeah, that's a really good question. And let me get into the topics view. So I'm just, there is something called no topic. Okay, so now this no topic is topics that Google didn't still put on their knowledge graph. Okay, so if you drill down, you might have subtopics and things that are not classified so that they don't have like a primary topic and it's just a secondary topic. Now, it's not us detecting those topics. It's just Google, whatever Google informs on the feed, like you see here. If Google says Elon Musk, we pick Elon Musk and then we do the reconciliation. Reconciliation-wise, we do it immediately. So if a new topic appears, we are able to match it to the knowledge graph of Google and we will be reporting it back to you. If Google doesn't have like a topic and it's not detecting a topic for an article, then obviously it's on Google. So you go to Google and ask them. The other thing that is really good about topics is to understand, because maybe you write an article and this one is very obvious that it's about topic keys and Google is picking it up. But sometimes what we've seen is that Google is classifying an article based on an unexpected topic based on the editor's criteria. So the editor wrote something about computers and all in a sudden Google is picking it up as electronics. So make sure that the topic that Google detects your article is the right one. And if not, try to rewrite it, try to move the keyword to the title or to the first paragraph, and you apply all the kind of SEO things that you know to do better than I do.
Okay. I think there is plenty of people trying to create their own panel at the moment. Xavi, can you explain when that will be open and the process around it and so all of those things? Yeah.
So yeah, we expected a lot of interest on this. So just to make sure that the system was not going down, we decided to throttle it and ask it on the chat, and we will be evaluating on a case-by-case basis. Get in touch with your customer success rep or like on the chat, and we will be evaluating. So we should be able to move decently fast. Okay, so you ask, and within few hours we will create it on your behalf. There is like thousands of people asking right now about this, so it was more a matter of stability than any other kind of restriction.
Okay, last but not least point, and then I think we will close it here. We are over time to our 30-minute mark planned. So if you're an active customer and you're interested in that, please reach us through the Marfeel chat, okay? Not this chat, because this chat is going to be closed in 5 seconds. So go to log into Marfeel and speak with someone like Xavi is showing you. If you're not a current Marfeel customer, well, in this case, you can do two ways. Way number one, you reach out to your point of contact at Marfeel, and we will discuss everything with you. The second is you haven't been in contact with someone from Marfeel in a long time, and you don't know how to contact them. You can do two ways here. Either you send us an email at hello@marfeel.com, or you received an email at some point and take the last email and reply to it, and we will get back in touch with you. Okay. So, and if no one gets back in touch with you, my email address, or you can search for me, search for Alexian on LinkedIn, and you will find me and drop me a message here. Okay. So those are the way. I have to thank you, Chabi, for this very intense and fast presentation today. We have you guys. We are looking forward to using these new tools as much as we love to develop them. And as you can see on the screen, in September, we will come back from vacation and we'll have a lot of things to share with you one more time. Okay. So thank you everyone for your time today. We love to present everything to you today, and we will see each other in September. Bye bye, everyone.
Bye bye.